Good morning, everyone. Hi to everyone back in Melbourne. A bit of a different video because I'm doing it just by myself. Carmen is not here with me because I'm in a different country. I'm in New Zealand. I'm still traveling in New Zealand, South Island. I am at this place called Mount Cook. I just had a couple of hikes, so I'm still catching my breath. So that's that. Carmen would be here next week. We've been trying to figure out how to do a video like this. First, we thought we could just do a FaceTime video call or something. So I'll have Carmen in the video and probably like record it somehow for like FaceTime capture or video capture, something like that. There's always a way for that. But as it turns out, I don't have enough data, and the place I was staying has very spotty Wi-Fi, so not gonna work. So again, this is just me. Couple of things. There's not a particular topic on this video, so it's not gonna be super long. This trip is my second one to South Island. I came here 9 months ago, December New Year time, and I fell in love with South Island. I have heard about this before, that I went to North Island like 7 years ago, and when I went back, all my friends were like, why did you go to North Island? You should go to South. And it took me almost 6-7 years to make that a reality. So I did come here 9 months ago. I was here at Mount Cook too, and there was few walks and hikes I did back then. There is a particular one called the Sealy Tons Walk, also aptly named the Stairways to Heaven. It's almost 2,300 steps or something, climbing up to the mountain, and you get to see the view of the lake. Or that's the idea. I didn't do it last time because I recently had that neck surgery and my health was not the best. So when I came here, I did the easier walks, easier as in relative terms. One of the walks I did was 10 kilometers, so 5 kilometer one way and 5 kilometer back. But it's relatively easy because you're walking on plain, straight land. It's not a lot of hikes, or it's not a lot of climbing up or down. So it was easy. This one I didn't do, Sealy Tons, because it's a bit hard. You have to climb more than 2,000 steps. So I thought I shouldn't do that. With my neck and everything was still healing. So this time I came here, definitely wanted to do it, go up, and I just did that. Couldn't see much because the weather in winter is quite fogged up and you can't really see much. But that's on me, and I'm staying here only for a day, so can't do much about that. But there's a couple of other walks. I have done all of them, but I'll try to redo some of them again and see if that's going to help, and maybe add some more pictures to the whole collection. I have a huge collection from last trip, but you can add more. There's a fair amount of people in this car park today. I didn't expect it to be busy. It's not busy as in summertime, but it's still relatively busy. There's at least 50 plus cars and caravans and everything's here. So after this, I'm gonna go to Wanaka and stay there for a couple of days. There's few hikes planned there, and also after that I'll go to Queenstown, a couple of hikes, a couple of places I missed, cover that, and maybe relax a bit, which is a hard thing for me to do. I go on vacations and I end up doing more, as in walks and stuff. So I don't have a chill day. I want to, but it just doesn't happen. If I sit somewhere and relax, my body would be like, okay, there's something wrong here. And my mind would be like, you have to do things. You have to go out, go for a walk. I'm trying to calm down, but it's a work in progress. Carmen always tells me that you need to calm down. Uh, yes, so second time here. If you haven't been to New Zealand, and if you can, I would absolutely recommend it. And I would say South Island as well. It's more scenic. Uh, if you are into outdoor activities, definitely the paradise for it. If you are into extreme sports, skydiving, bungee jumping, things of that sort, definitely a great place for that too. So, the context, why did I do a second trip? Because I turned 40, which was 4 days, 5 days ago. 27th of August. That's the actual date. So yeah, turned 40, and I should be wiser, and I should be more from what I am. But I think the last few years have helped me to get there a lot better than what I was in my 30s. And there's a huge sense of relief that comes with, you turn 40. I think a lot of people worry about turning 40, and you're like, oh, I am, like middle aged. And people are like, oh my God, this is all going down from here. I disagree. I feel like the best age for, especially men, is between 30 to 50. And I would definitely agree to that, because before 30, I didn't know what I was doing. Some of the things I did, I look back, I'm like, Jesus Christ, how can you be this stupid? Maybe 10 years down, after, like maybe when I'm turning 50, I probably would look back and say, oh my God, when you were 40, you had no clue. Yeah, that's again relative growth, changes of values, mindset, what's important to you, what makes you happy, all that is growing. Uh, yeah, coming back to turning 40, I don't know. I never felt anything bad about turning old or growing old. 40 is not really old. I mean, it's not the age. I mean, if you can keep up with your health, and if you are in good health, 40 is not an age at all. Even 50, 60, 70, if you keep it up. If you're not healthy, everything would be an effort, and you won't enjoy things. I think this is another discussion we always have, me and Carmen. I felt I wasn't so lucky in my life, and in a lot of ways I wasn't, because there are people who end up meeting the right people at the right time, or end up in the right situations. I didn't have most of that. I literally had to make do with where I was and what I was doing. There was no clear path. I had to pivot so many times in my life from one thing to another. And, you make it somehow. That's how it was. You have a lot of patches. It's sewn up and patched up, and that's how I made my life. It was never an easy thing. And it doesn't have to as well. I don't expect life to be easy. I think, or I would say life has to be a bit tough, because it helps you grow. It makes things in check. It keeps stuff a bit more real to life. This is coming from a kid who wouldn't eat anything other than what his mother cooked. I was that spoiled. I was that bad. I wouldn't go and live somewhere else because I would miss my mother. I wouldn't stay anywhere else for far too long because I missed my home. So I was more into the comforts of life. But that all changed around like 16, 17. That's when, you start realizing certain things about life. You're not a kid anymore. You have to grow up, and that part is always hard. You think you have people, there are people you trust, and you learn that, oh, they're not your people. They're people you thought they are for you, or they will do things, for your good future. But you realize, like, no, the world doesn't work that way. And it helped me a lot. My father would have been amazed if he was still here. He'll be like, this is not the kid that we raised, because I was so bad. I was so spoiled. Not with money. I wasn't a rich kid or anything. I just had everything that a kid should want, or like I don't think I had a lot of issues or things that I wanted and I didn't get. Good education, got it. There was food, that was fine. If I wanted to do something, most probably I was allowed to do. So there was all that. So I can't complain about my childhood at all. They did the best what they could. But we were not rich, and I never really wanted a rich life at all. I still don't. I'm happy with my levels of comfort at the moment. I sleep on an IKEA bed, and I don't know, it was like, I don't know, $100 or something from IKEA. People who have bought stuff from IKEA, they would know. $100 worth of flat pack, which I built. So that's pretty much, and I never felt like, oh, I need a more comfortable Posturepedic or something, or any of those things. The only thing I usually spend money on is cameras and lenses, which was photography. I don't know why. Now I look back and was that really necessary? Because I learned that my photography wasn't so good, because again, part of growth. There was pictures that, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago, I would see online as like, and I would wonder, oh, how can I make those pictures? And now I can, without ever any issue. Like, you give me the camera, the lens, the place, I can make it without any issue. I know the knowledge, and I know how to do it. But now I don't really enjoy that. I want to capture pictures that more relatable to everyday life. So I practice street photography. I practice candid moments. So there's a lot of expensive gear I have, which I don't use at all. So maybe I should sell it. Probably I will. It's one of those things about letting go of the stuff you hoard in your life. Like, you think you have reasons to buy certain things, but you don't. You're trying to fill something in yourself, like a void in yourself, and you buy, you have a high of having something shiny, and it goes away. But again, part of growth. So turning 40, again, I miss Carmen here. If she was here, she would be like, stop preaching, come back to the point of the video. I don't have a point today. I'm just sitting in this car, Mount Cook. It's nice. The weather has finally cleaned up a bit. It's not raining anymore. Yesterday there was a bit of snow. Not crazy snow, a bit of snow. Yes. So this trip was mainly dedicated to me turning 40. And the relief I feel. Well, it's been a couple of years, the making of that sense of relief, that I don't have to keep up an image to anyone. I'm a mess, and that's okay. I had this exact same discussion with someone I met yesterday in the hostel. So we were having this discussion about all these things in life, how people change over time. And I said, there's a lot of people that I know who will never say what their age is, because they don't want to. They always say they're like 30 or 32, even though they are, I don't know, 38, 40, whatever. I am one of these guys, I'm like, I can't wait to turn 40. I'm like, I am bloody 40. I can judge anyone and anything. You know why? Because I have earned it. I can look at anything, and I can start sentences these days. I can start a whole argument saying, these kids don't know what they're doing, because I have earned that gray. I don't have to worry about things. I think when you live, more than a couple of decades, you get some bragging rights. You have some mileage on you. So you're like, okay, I can sit in front of this camera and wholeheartedly tell you, this is great. Turning 40, or turning age-wise, it has been a really good experience for me. You have a sense of clarity on what are the important things in life, what makes me happy, what makes me not happy, and what sort of things to include in life and what sort of things not to. And I want to continue this, like every couple of years travel, explore places, keep up my health. I'm not the most healthiest person in the world. There's things that are still somewhat okay. My neck bloody hurts all the time, even though it's fixed. I probably have to go back to surgery and check it up again. I'm on the waiting list. Hopefully there are no screws or plates coming off from my spine. So hopefully everything is in place, but it hurts. The pain has become like it's a constant thing, so you're not even aware of it until someone asks you. Like one of my friends was asking, "How is your neck?" I'm like, "Hey, it hurts." That's when I realized, oh, it still hurts. It has become like a part of my life. Like it's okay. It's not like a huge amount of pain. It just hurts anytime I move my neck. So yeah. But I want to do this. I want to add more things creatively. I want to focus a bit more on photography for the next decade. I want to travel a bit more, make more friends, which is a hard thing for me too, and be more open. I'm pretty open at the moment, but I was so bad at it. I always felt this shame that my life was a mess and I wasn't really there what I thought where I would be. And I felt like this shame that I can't tell anyone, and I kept everything from everyone for far too long. Even when things were not really good, I just kept everything afloat and had this, everything is fine. If somebody asked me how am I doing, great. There was not another thought about that. But now I'm like, no, things are not really that great. I suffer, I go through stuff, and I can finally open up to people and say, hey, I'm not that good. I'm a mess. I need help, which is really hard for me to do, but I'm learning to do that. I might go and check out a couple more hikes. The weather hopefully stays this way, at least no rain. And I have a fair bit to cover today, so that's pretty much all I wanted to say for this video. Again, not super long. This has just become a bit about my life, but again, I'm the one who turned 40. Have an amazing time wherever you are. If you're in Melbourne or anywhere else, this video will come out maybe today. I have to talk to Carmen because I don't know whether we have to do it today or next week or but we'll figure that out. All right. Bye.